Hey everybody, it's Corey from Netta's Nursery, and I am back in Posen with loads of new plants to show you, like this weigela behind me. It's called the Sonic Bloom Pearl. Let's take a look at these flowers. They're absolutely beautiful. It has this luxurious pink-white flower. It's a rebloomer, so once it starts blooming, it keeps going. It's really a stunner. So that is the Sonic Bloom Pearl weigela, and I can't help while I'm here. I have to bring you over to this annual plant. It's a scaevola, and it's absolutely the most intensely colored pink scaevola I've ever seen. It's the Surdiva Fashion Pink, and what I really love about this is it's been blooming nonstop since we planted it this spring, and you never even notice any of the spent flowers. In fact, there are a couple in there, but even from a foot away, I don't see them, which impresses me so much. Same thing for that Gomphrena Truffula Pink, or that Truffula Pink Gomphrena we have with it. That's the kind of pom-pom flower. Adds a new texture. First year we had it was this year. We're going to come back for more because we are just amazed by its beautiful flowers. It's kind of a non-stop, no-nonsense plant. Can take the heat. It's really great. And actually, when I look over here, this is the Bombay Pink Scaevola. This is the Fashion Pink. So when you see the two together, you can see how much more vibrant the color is on the Fashion Pink. Now the Bombay Pink is a bit more vigorous, so you'll see a larger plant, but the Bombay just stands out even from any distance. So I love that. And I also want to show you over here, this is just a aqua pot that we filled with some of the leftover petunias for the season. And so the lighter one is, I think, the French Vanilla. That light pink one, that is the Sunray Pink. We have probably some, I think it's Supertunia Vista Fuchsia, and some Wave Red petunia. So all four of those plants, they're not really even in the same family, and they still look great together. So absolutely fantastic. So those are some annuals to consider for next spring, but I have some perennials that I really want to show you. You probably all know it's coming into mum season. Fall is always a time when people are putting out mums. You see them all over the place. One thing you want to watch out for with mums is that a lot of times places are selling mums that aren't hardy for our zone, which means you're just going to have them as annuals this year, which they're great for that. They're beautiful, they're full, but you can get varieties that are going to come back next year. So I'm going to show you a couple different ones. These are called Radiant Igloo. They're very large. These over here are the quill leaf type, so you can see they have a little spoon petal on them. We also have some coral, and then these over here are the lavender, and these are all mammoth mums, so you can see the size of the plant. These are just got that beautiful color, and now's the time to get your mums. And if you can get hardy mums, it's a great option because you'll get to enjoy them next year and the year after that and the year after that. Otherwise, you'll be just getting your annual mums, and you'll have to buy more next year. Now the next plant I want to show you, we've been showing you a lot of the hardy hibiscus that we carry, and those are those big giant dinner plate flowers on them. Those have been on our Facebook page. Well, we also have some of the shrub varieties, and they're also called Althea, and those are in bloom. So there's a couple right here. I've been enchanted by these red heart Althea. Just look at the beautiful red hearts in the middle of those white flowers. Absolutely beautiful. We also have some double reds, which are kind of a lavender pink purple. And then these here are some double pinks. We had a couple other colors, but we did sell out of those. But this is what we have right now. Really, stunning plants. I'll show you some of the hardy hibiscus as well. But first, maybe I'll take a peek at some of the hydrangeas in here. So this whole greenhouse is full. We also have more than what you even see here, but you can see some of the Annabelles right there, the round ones. And then I have to show you, I don't even know how I'm going to get this on camera, the size of the Diamond Rouge hydrangea. Okay, so you see the flower there, seems kind of nice and large. Put my hand in there, take a look at the size of the flower of that one. Absolutely enormous. In that same vein, if you were looking for another large one, the polar bear or polar ball also falls into that. It gets even a larger bush on it. Another one that was new this year is this one over here, is called Moon Rock, and you can see it has a much narrower, longer flower than some of the other hydrangeas. So a completely different kind of panicle bloom than some of the others. We also have a lot of the Invincible Spirits and the Blush. Oh my goodness, would you look at the size of this limelight? I mean, I don't even know how to express. Now that's one thing that happens, is that the hydrangeas in the greenhouse tend to get these enormous flower heads that are actually bigger than the stems can handle. Next year, your stems would definitely be able to handle those large flower heads, but on these young plants in the greenhouse, they tend to get super, super big. So fortunately, next year they'll be stronger and they'll be ready to take those. But unbelievable size on those. Now I'm going into greenhouse 2 now because there are 2 things that you really need to see because they're stunners. Okay, just over here is our field of gold. Look at the black-eyed Susans. It is just unbelievable how great these look. Now these started blooming kind of mid to late July, probably around the 20th, maybe a little earlier, and they have been non-stop that entire time. Now there's 2 varieties here, one on one side, one on the other. Look at that. They're just unbelievable color. The bees and hummingbirds and everybody seems to be flocking around them, as well as the butterflies, I should say, and just fantastic. And then the other thing you have to see, this is the Henry Eiler variety. It's a really large version of the black-eyed Susan, and those petals are going to start unfurling over time. So that one's just starting. That's a little bit later, but it's a huge plant. And then over here we have those hibiscus. I've shown you some samples of these before. Look at the flower on this one. I think this one's called Perfect Storm. Just fantastic. And that one over there, I think, is it Summer Carnival? That one actually is almost done. Actually, the flowers don't last that long. You can see the difference between this flower, how the flowers kind of overlap, or the petals overlap, whereas this one a little bit single, but it does have these little points on the petals. I don't know if you can really see them on here. There'll be more flowers probably out tomorrow or the next day. That's one thing, is that the flowers do fade within a day or 2, but let me show you, like on this one here. So there's one flower there. Those are all buds that are going to be blooming over the next 2 weeks or so. So it just sends up so many of those flower heads, and they just keep blooming and blooming and blooming and blooming. Like every day you're going to have fresh ones coming out. So like that one, that's going to be tomorrow's bloom. This one has been out for a day or 2, and then it's just really fantastic. So let me show you a couple other plants that are looking really good right now. There's just so much to see right now. Like for example, the alliums. I've shown you those when they're just about to bloom. Well, now's the time for you to see the real deal. These are the Medusa. So those beautiful flower heads, just looking really great. This is what they look like when after they've been spent. Still attractive even without the purple color. And then when I come down here, we do have some Joe Pye weed. That's doing really well. That one the butterflies absolutely love. So that's a really good one to add to the garden if you want to get some pollinators. There's also some butterfly weed. That one's doing really well, and it gets these unusual seed pods as well, which are, you know, a nice little addition, adds some interest. We have some butterfly bush. Again, butterfly bush tends to be zone 5, so you have to be a little careful with that one. Veronica, hummingbirds, and butterflies been all over that. And look at the daisies. These are the variety's called Adorable, and it has that kind of shaggy petal versus the standard daisy. So there's plenty more I could show you, but I'm going to save some for maybe a video in the next day or 2. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll be talking to you really soon.